What do you think? Good. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning, February 12th, 2018, and I'm headed into work for the day. Before we get this week started, let's check the crypto report, shall we? Alright, I got the sun right in my eye. That's why I'm not, that's why I'm like kind of ducking here. Okay, so crypto report. Where have we left off, man? It's been quite a week. So we still got the masternodes running. Nothing's changed with the masternodes. Still mining Ether. So, I mean, I guess we're doing okay. And the portfolio has been holding steady for days now. So definitely through the entire weekend, it's been about the same. So that it was Friday as it is today or right now. If anything, it might have grown just a little bit. So I mean, crypto-wise, everything seems to be kind of just in limbo. Everyone's just kind of sitting out, chilling, waiting to figure out where or when to make their moves. Over the weekend, we got, I'm guessing, a foot of snow total combined. So we got, I'm guessing 6 to 8 inches on Friday. We got another maybe 3 or 4 inches on Saturday. And then we got another couple inches yesterday. There's people still just, I don't know what is going on here. But, yeah, the roads are okay, I guess. Maybe not. You know, you can see the shine on the road. The problem is it was like negative 9 degrees this morning, so that's probably all black ice that we're driving on right now. Pretty sure that's what the deal is. I don't see any salt on the road. I can still see some some frost. So I think we need some salt on here. If I stomped on my brakes, I don't think I could stop completely. So today's Monday. I have Grant today and tomorrow. Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, Vicky and I, we're going to go do like one of those paint and sip things. So we're going to go, and it's like a course or a class or whatever where you make a painting. It's like there's an instructor that teaches you how to do it from scratch and all that type of stuff. I always wanted to do something like that, and this is going to be like a couples themed one. So yeah, and then Thursday I'm going to be going over by Luke's. We got to edit and stuff like that. We went to the range yesterday, and yeah, man, Luke wanted to try out something that he had. I wanted to try out something that I had, and it ended up being a good time, dude. Like, yeah. So having an issue with the slide not locking open on one of my pistols after the magazine is emptied. It's ejecting rounds okay, it's feeding rounds okay, no problems ever in either of those, but the damn thing will not lock the slide all the way open, and it's inconsistent. Luke thought maybe it's me, like limp wristing the gun or something like that. I'm not fully convinced that that's what's going on. So what I did a bunch of research last night, and they're saying that the recoil spring assembly might be too heavy, like it might be too strong of a spring. That's the spring that kind of cycles the gun when you fire and the slide goes back. That recoil spring assembly is what brings the slide back forward again. So if the spring is too strong on that back side of the gun, it won't allow the slide to go all the way back. So it's potentially like the slide's not going all the way back, so it could actually lock during that last firing, like when the last round in the magazine. Obviously, once the mag's empty, if you pull it back with your hand, it locks open. But I don't know. There's a few different suggestions. One is to just get an entirely new RSA, recoil spring assembly. The other suggestion is to swap out the spring itself for one that's lighter. So there, for instance, there's the stock spring is like 16 pounds of force. They sell I believe they sell a 15 pound, a 13 pound, and an 11 pound spring. So, I actually think it's something to do with the spring. I mean, it is insanely hard to rack the slide on this little gun. And it doesn't seem like it's breaking in. I mean, I've shot hundreds of rounds to this thing. Some say just to leave it leave the slide locked open for a few days, and that'll kind of like put like a ton of pressure on that spring and like weaken it or loosen it up a little bit. I could always try that. That's free. A titanium or stainless or whatever aftermarket RSA setup is like $40. Just the springs are like $8 or $9, but then you have to swap them yourself. Seems like it could be a little bit of a pain in the ass. You got to use some sort of a vise or something and compress the spring and unscrew something, and then you can get the main spring off to be able to put the new one on. Might as well just buy an entire spring setup. I know in the past on like eBay, people sell already assembled setups, so you don't have to do it or deal with anything, and you just buy whatever spring weight you want. I may look into that, but I mean, it could be it really could be a little bit of limp wristing. The problem is, like, let's say you're drawing the gun from a holster, and this is something new too. My fucking wipers aren't shutting off. So if we go to high, slow, intermittent, and then off, that's not good. I can hear something like clicking over here in the corner. So this is great. Hold on here. Alright, got it to stop. I don't know, this just started today. It was -9 degrees when I woke up this morning. Cars just never seem to work right when it's that damn cold. Let me think here. I already forgot my train of thought. But yeah, so like the problem is like when you're drawing a gun, right? Let's say from concealment or anything like that. You're just trying to grab it relatively quickly and put rounds on your target. When you are shooting in that fashion or manner or way, you're not necessarily grabbing the gun or whatever perfectly, and that's kind of just the nature of the beast. When you're just doing like a basic, non-drawing shooting or whatever, you can spend all day getting your grip perfect on the frame and making sure you got a nice purchase on the gun, and that your grip is nice and tight, and that you have no space in between your hand and the beaver tail portion, and everything works great. The gun locks open, all that type of stuff after the last round, but it's not kind of realistic, I mean, I want to train for what could happen, not like perfect ideal conditions. It's got to be 80 degrees and sunny, and the sun's got to be to my back, and everything's, I got to be able to, take my time, all this stuff. Like, no, dude, that's not how it works. So I don't want to say I have to build this gun to work, but because I mean, the gun works. It works fine. It's firing, it's feeding, it's ejecting. So typically limp wrist issues, you'd have failure of feeds and stovepipes, all that type of shit. I'm not seeing any of that, because I mean, it could technically be the ammo and all that. I've shot in all kinds of ammo. Luke let me borrow or gave me a shitload of various kinds of ammo. Nothing was no problems. So And when Luke was shooting it, it wasn't really happening to him. So, but it happens to me. So I don't know if my grip is eating up. It's like kind of like a limp wrist situation where it's eating up like the recoil, but not all, not enough to cause failures. I don't know. So, I can sit there and fuck around with it or whatever, or train or whatever, but like I said, the gun fires fine. It's just, it's kind of awkward when you're out of rounds and then you take that extra shot because you don't see the slide lock. And I'm not training to count rounds and all that bullshit. Like, that's not realistic. Like, let's be honest. Plus, sometimes I don't load my mags all the way full or whatever. So I need to, I just need to look into this a little bit deeper. I think what I'm going to do is just order an RSA and then train, test it out. And then if I see it working properly or better with a different RSA, then I can rule out limp wristing or whatever. What I want to do is just kind of find somebody that's got the same gun that's like, oh yeah, mine works fine, mine doesn't do that, and just borrow their RSA, swap it into mine and the recoil spring assembly, and confirm that that's what it is before I spend the money. But unfortunately I don't make it out to the damn range that often, so like I don't have the ability to just be like, oh yeah, let me do this, do that, test it, do this, test it, do this, test it. I'm more just like, fuck, dude, like, because if I borrow theirs and it doesn't work, then I still got to order something. Or if I borrow theirs and it does work, then what? I still need to modify something at the end of the day anyway. So I don't know if I should just order a couple different springs, or maybe I should get, I don't know. Traffic is nuts right now. So that's kind of what I was dealing with yesterday, and actually it wasn't like yesterday. I've been dealing with this for a long ass time, basically ever since I got the gun, and it's something that I didn't like, and I couldn't quite pinpoint or understand. So like I said, Luke thinks I'm basically limp wristing, but I don't know, man. It's such a small frame, and my hands are bigger than it, so it's I don't know. So I'm gonna look into that more. I think it's just a spring issue, but yeah. Other than that, I am headed to work. I should be there sometime by like Wednesday at this rate. I mean, just bumper to bumper. We're not even moving. And I'm on the major, 4-lane highway. So there must be another accident up here or something. Once I get through the tollway, I'm going to just jump off the highway and go the back roads to work. So that's it, guys, I guess. So stay tuned for more. Hey guys, what's happening? Just getting out of work for the day. I'm a little exhausted. I've been on my feet a lot today, working under the floor, crawling around and stuff. Got my step count goal for the day, about 8,000 steps. It's not the most ever, but haven't really run or been on my feet that long at work in a while. So especially for a Monday, that's pretty good. Headed home now. I got to get some gas and stuff. I'm finally get home and see my little buddy. I really miss him. I don't know. I just kind of get sad when I have to go 5 days without him. So, yeah, the whole weekend of snow and all that, and didn't even get to spend any time with him playing or anything like that. So, really kind of bummed about that. So, yeah, that's it. Not much else going on. Tired. Let's stop and get some caffeine in the form of a McDonald's Diet Coke on the way home, I'm thinking. So, stay tuned for more.